Thank you, Sean. That was Orpheus. I'd like to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Masks for Smiles, who have donated hundreds of masks to Cedars-Sinai ER, Trader Joe's, the Los Angeles Fire Department, local sheriffs and city workers, and now they're donating masks to New York City's fire department. They're just getting started and they are doing amazing work. Artist. I remember discovering her YouTube channel as a young violinist, feeling pretty discouraged at my lack of female role models. Finding her channel was so inspiring for me as a young musician. Lindsey Stirling is truly one of the most innovative musicians of our generation. She's been named in Forbes 30 Under 30. With over 12 million YouTube subscribers, Lindsey is one of the highest ranked female artists. I am truly so honored to be able to introduce her to you today. Lindsey Stirling.
Okay, I think I am live. So hello everybody. My name is Lindsey Stirling. I'm a violinist. I right now am in the middle of a farm in Missouri. That's right, in the middle of kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if I cut out, I am so sorry. I'm fighting against not great Wi-Fi connection, thus being in the middle of a farm in Missouri. But anyways, I'm so excited you guys joined me today. I'm excited to be doing a live performance for you. I was supposed to be on tour right now, and so performing is what feels right to me at this moment. But I hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe. And with no further ado, the first song I'm going to play for you is a song that I wrote about hope. And most specifically, I feel like sometimes we all have moments where life seems a little bit unsure and we feel like we're taking steps in the darkness. Like we don't know where our next step is going to be. We don't know where it's supposed to be. And I think this is a perfect example of that. A lot of people are feeling that right now, where it's just like, I don't know what my next step should be. I don't know what the world's next step is going to be. However, I really do believe that a lot of times we are the strongest when we allow ourselves to take a few steps into the darkness. And that's, for me, that's faith. Trusting that there is going to be something on the other side, trusting that I will see the light at the end of the tunnel soon. And so that's what this song is about. It's about taking a few steps in the dark and then being able to see the light. So this is Take Flight. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, that was Take Flight. The next song I'm going to play for you guys is actually the song that changed my life. And, you know, it's funny because when I first started trying to make it as a musician, let me just tell you, I tried so many different things. You know, first I remember I tried to get like a big manager, and I tried to get a record label. And I sent my music to all kinds of people, like anyone I could think of. I would send them this little DVD that I made of me performing in my living room and dancing. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm a dancing violinist. That's what I do the most when I perform, and even in my music videos, I dance and jump and twirl all over the place while I play the violin. So I made these videos in my college apartment living room. You know, my roommate filmed it, and I sent them to all these agencies and just trying so hard to get someone to believe in me. And I remember even getting on a Greyhound bus and riding it to Las Vegas so that I could go to all these different entertainment agencies in Las Vegas. And I like literally handed it to the front desk people. I mean, probably not the best idea. I just tried everything, is all I'm saying. I tried so many different things. I played college showcases, and where I just thought, I don't know how much longer I can do this. This is really hard. And I was really lonely because I would, you know, rent a car, and I'd, you know, sometimes sleep in that car after I'd play these little gigs. And, you know, I just remember being like, this is really lonely and it's hard, and I just don't know how much longer I can do this. But there was always this inner voice in me that was like, don't give up. And I think that there are different situations in life. Sometimes it's time to say, yes, I need to try something different. You know, I need to try a different approach. I need to, you know, shift gears a little bit. You know, I need to shift what I'm doing. And other times you think to yourself, no, I need to just keep going. And personally, I think that your inner voice will never lead you astray. And in this case, my inner voice said, don't give up. You're so close. You're so close. I didn't know that so close meant like another year. But then I discovered YouTube. And I started making YouTube videos, and it was literally, I'm not like, it was plan W. Plan A was get a label. Plan B was like do showcases. Plan C, like literally plan W was like, oh, America's Got Talent was plan C, you know, and I just kept feeling like I fell on my face over and over again. Sorry, I talk a lot, but my point is to you is I've discovered YouTube, and even though it was not my first attempt, that's what worked. And I never would have thought that. You know, this is back in 2010 when YouTube was still kind of up and coming, and it changed my life. And the video that really changed everything for me, it was probably my like 6th video that I uploaded, maybe even more than that. Maybe it was like my 10th video, I don't know. But it was a dubstep song called Crystallize. And I will say that I almost threw this song in the trash so many times. I was so frustrated with it. But the reason I did it is because at the time, I would pay for every song. I was working with a producer, and I'd pay him, and then we'd write a song together. So I'd already paid for the song, and I didn't have a lot of money, and I could not afford to not use a song if I paid for it. And so I was like, I couldn't figure out a melody for it. I didn't know what to do. I worked on it for months, and finally I, finished it and released it. And little did I know that Crystallize was literally the song that was going to change my life and turn me from a girl playing the violin in Provo, Utah, to an artist that could tour the world. And that only happened because I had spent years building up to that by trying so many different things, by releasing like 10 YouTube videos before that. I had built up not only practice and skill and talent, that I developed for years, but also I built up resilience. I knew what it was to push hard and not give up, and I was ready for the success that followed, and now I knew how to go with it. So anyways, my message to you is never give up on your dreams. Like, just because it doesn't work the first time, the second time, the 10th time, sometimes it's plan W that will work for you. And so, anyways, this is Crystallize. Awesome. I had a little idea. I don't know if this will be interesting to anyone, but I feel like, you've probably been listening to a lot of other live artists playing and, live stream concerts and stuff like that. So something a little different that I would just like to try, and this is like, I don't know how this is going to go, but I thought I would show you guys how I write a song. I think because I'm an instrumental artist, I sometimes have a very different, slightly different writing style than a lot of other people. But what I like to do is I like to work with a producer, and we make kind of a very rough backtrack, or sometimes it's piano chords, or just something to give me, something to write with. And then I will just jam over it. And I will just try out different melodies, and I'll play a lot of bad stuff, or boring stuff, or stuff that's wrong, and or notes that sound bad. But I think a really important part of creativity is not shutting down bad ideas, like letting them come out, because I have to write a lot of bad songs and bad melodies and bad ideas in order to write a good song, because all the ideas are in your brain. Like, I really do believe that every single person is creative. It's just some of us learn to accept the good ideas and the bad ideas. Like, just because I write a couple bad songs doesn't mean I'm a bad writer. It just means I had to get those out so I could find the good melodies. Just because you didn't think of the best idea, like a lot of times I sit there for hours and think of show ideas and music video ideas, and I think of tons of like really lame ideas, until all I need is like once in a while to get a nugget, a good idea, a good melody. And all artists are like that. Most artists write 20 songs to find the one, and anyways. So what I'm going to do is, I just played you guys Crystallize. So that's a piano track that my keyboard player Kit played for me so that I could do this live stream. He recorded it for me. So I am going to act as if I'm writing a brand new song, and I'm just going to play whatever comes to my head. And then at the end of a song like that, it's like sometimes I'll record it, I'll go back and listen, and I'll pick out the good melodies. I won't play the whole song, but I just want to show you kind of what it's like. I'll listen to it over and over again and play it over and over again till good melodies start to rise to the top. So I don't know, I'm just going to try this. It might be kind of fun. I'm going to jam to Crystallize as if I'm writing a new song for it. I don't know. Maybe that was just really weird. I don't know, but so I will say there was a couple things that I think were okay in that I'd think to myself, okay, like that little beginning part that came back twice. Like, I'd be like, okay, that was halfway there. I might like that. And so I would probably put that in a little bucket of, let's work on that and make that better. And then there was another melody that I thought the same thing. It was in the second half of the chorus. Something kind of like that. never use. But that's just kind of one of the ways that I like to write a lot, is I'll just improvise over stuff that I've written with a producer or with a pianist, or, you know, these tracks where I'm like, oh, I love those chords, they make me feel something, and I love the way those sounds make me feel. Then I'll start to write to it, kind of like that, until I've filled the whole song with stuff that I love every note, and I love the way the notes connect with the chords, and I love the way they connect with each other. And also a really interesting challenge is, you might notice I kind of started every section very similar, just because I was improvising. But when I'm going back and finding it, I'll make sure that every section doesn't start on the same note. Like sometimes you'll go to a root note and it's easy to start from there, but I'm like, no, the verse started with that root note, so the chorus has to start with something different, you know, or on a different beat. Like sometimes if the verse starts on the downbeat, I'll want to start a chorus, you know, that leads into it. Anyways, those are just some of my basic writing things. Sorry, I know you tuned in for a live stream concert, so I have one last song to play for you. This one is actually, I'm going to turn my speaker out a little bit. This is probably my favorite melody I've ever written. Not my favorite song I've ever written. I do love it a lot, but there's a melody in the chorus that I just love. I love playing it. I love hearing it back. I just not piano, it's bass. It's usually very electronic feeling. It's very heavy, lots of bass, lots of big drums. This one, when I wrote it, I wanted it to feel like you were in the woods and fairies were dancing around you. Yeah. So anyways, I just filmed the music video before this all happened. I filmed it like a month ago, and you guessed it, it was in the forest, and there will be fairies.